Yellow. All right. Sorry. Sorry for all the reschedules. If you know me by now, you know that never enough sleep. Never enough sleep. Oh, God. And then I had to shower and shave and trim my nails and just... Whew. It's a little toasty in here. It's 38 in Chicago, but I had my heat up super high for some dumb reason beforehand when I was setting up. So that made me all hot and sweaty, and then I turned the heat off and opened the windows, so then it was freezing when I took my shower, so I cranked the hot water up, and I'm just... Oh, I'm sweaty. You may have to just... I'm fresh. No stubble, so may just have to deal with the hat sitting off to the side for now. And then another monkey in the wrench. It's another monkey wrench in the works, I think is the phrase. FedEx is due to come by today, and I have had ongoing issues with FedEx not delivering my packages on the days that they say they're going to deliver them. And not even so much that, oh, they got too busy, but they'll drive past the building and say that they couldn't walk up because the entrance was blocked, or no one was home when I'm sitting here and the entrance is fully clear. So it's if the doorbell rings, we're gonna momentarily answer FedEx. So just heads up, if you are catching this live, it is Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Homer. That's the extent of my decorations, unfortunately. I mean, I've got a wreath and a doormat on the other side of my door, but my living room is just an absolute pigsty, and I have been trying to organize my figures and accessories since September, and I wanted to get it done in time to put up Christmas decorations, including my tree. But I just chronic pain and mental health and good old ADHD procrastination. All right. So no Christmas tree. So I got, so I've left Homer up. He's my Christmas tree. So today's shirt is the Thundera Wildcats. We got justice, truth, honor, loyalty. Little sort of omens down there. That's it for my Thundercats shirts. I don't have any Rankin Bass shirts, and I don't have any Silverhawks shirts, so I need a lot of those, but shirts cost money, and I have a lot. You wouldn't believe how many I have. I have a lot of really great, like, nerdy t-shirts. When I got into those like t-shirt a day sites, they were only $10, and I was living with my parents, so it was like 10. So I got a lot of shirts that I rarely wear. My toys, however, I see every single day. So they're on display everywhere. So that's what I choose to spend my money on, is toys, not non-essential clothes. So I said yellow TENIME here. I didn't say that. So I'm in a rare mood. Yeah. So music is Lucrembo. Let's hope I don't knock my dry erase board over this time. Music is Lucrembo. Thank you, Lucrembo. Birthdays, I'm going to repeat all the birthdays because I honestly didn't intend on doing another video. I didn't intend on doing another live video for the rest of the month. So that's why I did the rest of the month birthdays in my Ghostbusters live stream, because I was like, oh, I probably won't be uploading another video until at least January, but surprise. Today, Christmas Eve, is Mike's birthday. Happy birthday, Mike. I'll send you a text later since you're probably not going to watch this. Happy birthday, Alex, Sam, Allie, and Scott. Like I said, same as last time. That should cover me through the end of the month, and I highly doubt nothing's coming from FedEx that's going to get reviewed. So, if you couldn't tell from what was blocking the camera and reflecting the rest of my living room back at, oh look, there's the dry erase board. I have the Super7 Silverhawks Ultimates Wave 3, and yeah, it's an old wave, but they are and were expensive, and I couldn't afford them when they dropped, so luckily they stayed in stock, and because it's the end of the year when everyone puts their gigantic sales up, there was a gigantic sale, so I'm like, if I ever get these, I should probably get them for as cheaply as possible, so I got them as cheaply as possible. Yellow, review, music, shirt, birthdays, yeah, we're all caught up. So it's it comprises of Silverhawks Hot Wing and Commander Stargazer, and Mo-Lec-U-Lar and Mumbo Jumbo. So also these have been sitting in my apartment for a couple days. They showed up Sunday, I think. Hopefully they're warmed up enough. As I always say, I don't want to break anything on camera, especially when I've broken things on camera. So, who do we do first? I don't want this taking 3 hours like the Thundercats Silverhawks video, and that was only 4 figures, so 5 figures. That was 5 figures. Let's do the boss of the Silverhawks first, huh? Let's do Stargazer. Now, if you notice something different, my Hawks did not come with bags on them, but my Mobsters did. You know, I actually put quite a few notes up on my board there, so I didn't seem like such a poser who didn't know anything. But I completely forgot about that. The bad guys are called the Mob or something. Like, it's like the space. They're not called the Space Mob, but they're basically the Space Mob. So, shoot, I can't remember the specific name, but as you can see, same as the toy versions of Quicksilver, Buzzsaw, and Steelheart. You got the metallic boxes. Even the color down here is metallic. You got the Silverhawks logo here. You have Monstar's face there. And I just noticed when I was doing the thumbnail is that it's both got triangles. It's just his is upside down. So essentially it looks like it's the same triangle too. So it's just one's silver and the other is kind of like reddish silver. So nothing on the side. Embossed Silverhawks on the back, nothing on the side. Embossed Ultimates on the top. Super7 stuff on the bottom. Contains 1 figure with accessories. No names to thank people for. When I just breathed on the box and it like fogged up. So, getting it off, we can see our guy in the window there. Not much on the sides, just the star field. That continues around the back. You got a little animation picture of him, and then you got his bio. These are, of course, animation figures. I'm very, very excited. If you didn't watch my last Silverhawks video, I'm very excited for toy version Bluegrass. So we're getting toy version Bluegrass, Steel Will, Mo-Lec-U-Lar, I don't remember. I want to say it's another 4. It's another wave of 4, but I don't remember who the 4th one is. I don't even think Mo-Lec-U-Lar is correct on that either. Plain blue back. Put that back in. So it's like I'm trying to hurry, but we're only rolling on the first one, so. Oh, no twist ties. It's a bummer. And then, of course, I literally was trimming my nails right before starting the stream, so actually, let's put that in the box. I have a little garbage can in there, so I don't want those things ending up on the floor. I think that was it. All right, well, we got a smiling head with his eyepiece extended. Woo! It's like a camcorder. It's like, sorry about my fingertips. No, it's so embarrassing. So you're the only one who cares about it. That's what I always get told when I harp on, like, other reviewers have got like long, like dirty nails, and like, yeah, it's just. We have a smiling closed mouth head, retracted eyepiece. If you didn't grow up in the 80s and 90s, that's what video cameras used to look like. So Google camcorder and then look at the side, and that's basically what they look like. So parents could never afford one, so yeah, I've never had any videos of myself as a child or preteen or teenager, and I never made any of my own. And as big as I am into movies, and I wanted to be a filmmaker before I finally settled on, you've always been an artist, you've always wanted to make comics, just flip and make comics. So little pistol there. But I totally would have made my own crappy movies if I'd had the ability to. So, but given how poor my parents were growing up, I don't know how they bought me all the stuff that they did buy me. So I had pretty much the entire run of Silverhawks and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, I didn't have the Silverhawks spaceship. I think I had Monstars. I know for a fact I had the life-size Tallyhawk. I know for a fact. 100%. That's why it's in the thumbnail for these. Most of the stuff in my thumbnail were toys I had growing up. I didn't have any Dino Riders, and I didn't have Voltron. But I experienced them in real time through friends and neighbors. Go back and find a story I did about my neighbor Bobby, who he had Voltron, he had Motu. So that's why I included those on the thumbnail, because like they were still a big part of my childhood. It wasn't like, it wasn't like I never saw one in person. I got to play with them. It's just, not at my own. Oh, I'm trying to think if anyone brought them over to my house. I don't remember. But so we got a little rifle here. This is not a review of TENIME's childhood. And if you saw me playing with it, you saw that this extends. I did not know that was going to happen. I was just like I felt it like, oh, hang on, let me show you there. But like I felt it like, it was a little wobbly. Why is it a little wobbly? And I was like, oh, it's slide. Oh, just the backslide. Bro. It's like his rifle like transforms into a bazooka. That's cool. Or tracks. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know about that. All right. Ooh. Don't. I had problems with cartoon Buzzsaw and cartoon Mega Monster. I see he's not called Mega Monster. I don't remember if I don't remember if like Mumra he had two slightly different names because it's Frail Mumra and then it's Mumra the Ever Living. So I don't remember if Monstar had different titles, but the cartoon versions, both of those I broke hands. So I showed the pegless hands in my last Silverhawks review. So we got a. Now with these guys, I would say these are flying hands. So, but he doesn't have wings. So maybe for him it's just a karate. Maybe for him it is a karate chop hand. So we got, because he is the boss. He's the Silverhawks are space police. So he's the chief of police or the police captain. I own them on DVD, so I've watched the entire series more recently than my childhood, but it has been a while. So, geez, probably like 7 or 8 years since I watched the DVDs. So I still have them. It's just, there's a lot of other stuff to watch. I still haven't finished Thundercats, so that I did not grow up with. Thundercats was too. Thundercats was it was too early for me. But Silverhawks hit when, I want to say Thundercats was maybe on when I was born to like 2 years old or whatever. But Silverhawks, I remember watching. So, and I know I had the toys. So I showed you my original Bluegrass. So, but where I was going with that is being the police. What's the word I was looking for? Bureaucrat. Being the police bureaucrat. He's got the pointing hand. Stop focusing on Homer. Still not focusing on the hand. Sorry. Whew. I ate a big lunch. As breakfast, I had lunch. I had a sandwich and chips and cookies and my hands better not be bothering me this early in the video, or it's gonna be 6 hours as I struggle through opening the other three. We have I test joints before I show you. All of these have horizontal hinges, sorry. We got relaxed, regular, and bionic hands, cybernetic hand. Ooh. As essential as they are for every action figure, as many as I use in displays, when it comes to testing joints, my least, or even pulling them out if I want to use other hands, my least favorite ones, just for being arthritic, are fists, because there's not a lot to grab onto, whether you're pulling it out of an arm or testing the hinge outside the arm. But he's got fists. One of each. Sorry. Then we have Slybird. I know bird names. I don't know bird names. I mean, I'm pretty sure you saw me glance up at the dry erase board, but... Oh, well, that's dumb. Well, Slybird is permanently sculpted with his wings closed. Slybird is permanently sculpted on his legs. Slybird's only joint of articulation... got, I'd call it a mushroom pack. I wouldn't call it a ball joint, but that is a ball socket, so, and it's a rounded mushroom, so it does give him a little up, a little down, a little side to side, and then of course rotation. I don't know how the other reviewers do that without their hands getting in the way. That's his only point of articulation. That's a bummer. Like you can't move his legs out. They're like, there's no hinge there. These don't swivel. His wings can't come out. That's cheap. You jerks. I shouldn't call them jerks because I do have an affiliate link. I don't want them taking that away from me. But affiliate link is in the description if you would like to use it. But that's disappointing. Like, I was kind of expecting them all to be slugs, but the fact that a lot of them are articulated, like, I was just, given this is wave 3, and I have the first 2 waves and most of the toy wave, I was expecting this to follow suit, but yeah, so. Slybird is very, very unarticulated. Come on, Super7. All right. Nothing left in there. Who have I got online? Is that Threeps? You awake, Threeps? Just give me a thumbs up if that's you. I mean, give me a thumbs up if you're not Threeps. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you watching. Whew. His pistol grip hand has a vertical hinge. His pistol grip hand has a vertical hinge. Oh gosh, that's awesome. Sorry. I'm a little excited about that. Whoop, whoop, whoa. A ball. You're listening, Super7. Ooh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Am I stuck under the soft undies? Ooh. Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, Lone Watcher, how's your Christmas Eve going? I appreciate you making time for me. It legitimately means a lot to me. Thank you. That's not a thank you for giving me engagement. It's a legit. I'm glad you're interested. All right, so he's got a dumbbell. He's got a dumbbell. I'm gonna put the. Oh, so he's got a stern head. I'm gonna go with the smiling. He always came off to me as like a nice, you know, so not a stereotypical police chief that you see in like 80s movies where, you know, they're threatening to suspend the I was gonna say wild card. That's not right. Like threatening to suspend the hero who won't play by the rules if they don't play by the rules. You know, so it's so he got that much up. He's got that much down. He can tilt and tilt. He's got a hinge and swivel. So you see it goes that far up. He's got a hinge and swivel. It hits almost It's like 89 degrees. So it's not going to swivel around because the elbow sculpt is going to stop it. And then I showed you he's got a with my finger in the way. Got a vertical hinge on his pistol grip hand. I love it. Jesus. That's why I can't have nice things. Oh gosh! All right. I was impressed that they were listening because he's got a ball joint in his waist. He's not going to get a lot of rotation because his suspenders are actually separate pieces. They're attached on the pants, and then they're attached up on the clasps right there to the torso. But otherwise, they're completely... Is it attached on the back too? Nope. So even that is not attached to the shirt. So otherwise, they're completely... You see the little black space in between there? Should give you a little more of it there. So like they stay put as he tilts and rotates. He's still not going to get any crunch or lean back. I mean, he's, you know, skosh. There's a skosh. But I mean, they've been giving us cut waists for how long? Or like diaphragm balls. But like, I'm looking at my other Super 7 figures up here. I don't know. I feel like the ball joint to the waist is a giant deal for Super 7 Ultimates. He's got soft underwear, which is going to impede a little bit. It still gets up that far. Ah. There we go. It's also going to impede going back. It goes out all the way. You do the full splits. So, ooh, got a hinge and swivel knee. It's a little less than the 89 that I gave the elbow, but again, you know, what do you expect from Super 7 Ultimates? You expect ultimate articulation? Why did you expect that? He's got a boot swivel, which is always appreciated, which you can't see because I'm blocking it. Forward-facing pin for rocker. With black boots and a navy blue shirt. It can go back all the way. The sculpt of the boot, sculpt it up like that. You have to force it, and it like bends the top of it. Like, not bends, but like it scrunches the top of it. So you're not going to get a lot of up, but so. And then this is something that I should try with these figures on all of these videos. Can they hold the bird? Because Super 7 doesn't really account for that. Yes, he can. Slybird can fit on his arm. The grip is pretty good. If I could move wings or tail out of the way. It's a little tenuous. The thumb claw is a little tenuous towards the forearm, just because it widens. He's got a better grip on the wrist. Hopefully that holds. So I'm gonna put him off to the side. I'm gonna put his accessories in the Silverhawks bin over here. Let's now do a villain. Mo-Lec-U-Lar's got some loose stuff rattling around. I left the bags on because I know like the last bunch of stuff that I got, especially Super 7 stuff that I reviewed, that I said came with the bag, but I took it off. So I wanted proof it came in the bag. I told you I'd shoot, but you didn't believe me. Why didn't you believe me? If you didn't get the reference, after my Mezco Turtles video when I went and got pizza, I told you I'd do it, but you didn't believe me. Why didn't you believe me? It's from the Ren and Snippy Happy Happy Joy Joy song. So, and the line is, I told you I'd shoot, but you didn't believe me. Why didn't you believe me? That's very funny. A fly marrying a bumblebee. All right, this is not a review. Ren and Stimpy Mo-Lec-U-Lar. So, like I said, it's the same as the Hawks, just with Monster's face on the front. So, I'm a little worried about that rattling around in there. Mo-Lec-U-Lar. Pause and read that. Pause and watch that. Pause and read that. Ooh, does it say the mob here? Nope. Alright, get this open. Ah! Like Stargazer before him, spare hand. He's got a plain background, but it's red instead of blue. Put that there to catch the ties and stuff. One of his hands is rattling around, so. Little tray is taped. You know, we always do the bottom tray first if there is one. It was this hand, which is not articulated. I mean, you'll get a swivel when you put it in the arm, but the peg does not have a hinge. That looks like some kind of like oil or something. It's like a splooshy splash of like viscous fluid. Again, it's been 7 or 8 years since I watched the show. So he has a clear. Ooh. The peg is not, but the plastic the peg is on is, so let's be careful. It's like a fist, not a lot to grab onto. I feel like that's too loud. Is that too loud? Okay, is that comments? Chat viewing options. Live chat. All messages are visible. I don't know what that did. So this has a hinge. It looks like a gem. It is translucent. Flat on the. Wouldn't call that the bottom. Flat on the like this. So maybe like hardens into diamonds, so you like punch them in the face or whatever. So it does have a hinge. And given that I don't know what's up or down, you can't really call that a horizontal or a vertical hinge because it could be either if you so choose. Wow, that moves like butter. He's got a left fist with a horizontal hinge. I like horizontal hinges on fists. I got some figure recently. Oh, the McFarlane Maxi Zeus Build-A-Figure, which I'm not done with, but I got all of his arm accoutrements. His fists have vertical hinges. Why, Todd? Why? Who? Why? No. Like, you need this for like good punching poses, you know? Because straight fists are okay, but like, you know, you angle them down and it looks like a better punch or a better flex, you know? But like, I'm gonna punch you. Like, I got a grip hand with a horizontal hinge. Left hand. These are all left hands. What's wrong with his right hand? These are his right hands. That is oddly sculpted. He's got like a stop in the name of... It's like a push-up hand because they sculpted part of the wrist. So even if you, like, straighten out the hinge, you're still going to have that, like, wrist piece bulging out of the top. It's like if you, like, have him relaxing at the sides. Why? They literally could have just put the hinge down here as a normal one, and then with the articulation, you could get that pose, but... Okay. He's got two of them like that. One has straighter fingers, the other has curved fingers. But they both have that weird extra wrist there. I know he's got spheres all over him, but I don't know, that just feels weird. Because that's straight ahead. If I angle the hinge, it's like you're breaking his wrist. Okay. Maybe it's because, like, the grip and the fist have a little bulge. They've got like a little mini sphere at the end, but like they're with the... Yeah, that's literally like they sculpted the bend in and then put the hinge... I don't know, man. Here's his bird Vulture. Volt-U-R-E. Also no body articulation. He does have a ball joint at the base of his neck. So that's him looking down. That's him looking up. That's a side to side. Base of the head is solidly, so the neck is part of the head sculpt. No wing articulation, no hip articulation, no swivel at the top where the talon meets the drumstick. No, like, swap out pieces. Like, I never expected them to give us alternate versions of the Hawks like they did in the first two waves. You know, granted, the heroes got dual versions, the villains did not, but like the villain birds still had like some articulation or action feature, like maybe not. This is Sky Shadow. Well, this is biological Sky Shadow. Robot Sky Shadow, I feel, has... Robot Sky Shadow, I feel, either came with another version of himself or has, like, an action feature or articulation. Biological Sky Shadow just has wing articulation. So I guess I shouldn't be surprised. I mean, it's, you know... It's not new, it's just with prior Hero Hawks having hip articulation and then having a completely separate bird with open wings, which again, they don't have to do. They could give us swappable pieces. I'm incredibly upset with Hasbro at the moment for canceling my HasLab Ecto 1. So if you have an extra and can hook me up at retail, please help me out. But the Hasbro classified Freedom the Eagle. I can't remember the golden eagle that comes with Marauder's Spirit. It's a different eagle. It's not just a repaint of Freedom. But those, they've got ball joint, so you know you can like flap the big wings or pop them out and then pop in folded down wings. So it's like you didn't have to give us a separate bird. You could have just given us alternate wings. So he has a non-transforming rifle. And no trigger finger hand. His grip hand, the fingers are all together. So I'd have to slice the index finger separate in order to put it in the trigger guard. And it's got a horizontal hinge. I'm so happy about the vertical hinge on Stargazer, man. The little molecular molecule thingy, translucent with the balls painted. We got the same mold, only in... Is it the same mold? Yes. Translucent yellow, just like that weird flat gem fist. We have a very happy face. He's all molecular. Cause his name is, I'm sorry, I can't. I either would have acted too well and people would have been like, you never got that? Or what happened is I couldn't even keep a straight face. He's got a very angry face. Again, it's been 7 or 8 years since I've seen the cartoon, so it's... And before watching the series on DVD, the last time I had seen them was as a child. So I can barely remember what I did this morning, man. And I slept in. Oh, check it. Check it. Check it. Don't wreck it. Check it before you wreck it. Well, hey, if we're under an hour and we're at the second figure, then maybe we'll be under 2 hours with 4. Whew. Just because he's got a weird design, man. Oh, that's surprising. Okay. Okay, so that is supposed to turn. That's just stuck, but I don't know what the benefit of that turning is. I'll show you in a second. Careful. Boogity. So... his hips are super loose. You see that? That's the one thing they haven't listened to us on. Come on, guys. Super7 hips and NECA ankles. It's like, you know we're supposed to be able to stand these things on their own, right? And if they come with stands, or even are compatible with other stands, that's not going to mean jack squat if the 2 joints, the hip and the ankle, that hold their bodies up, won't hold their bodies up. Pegged stands don't mean anything when you have loose hips or loose ankles. Those need stands that hold the figure around the waist. And those aren't easy to come by. Swappable wings. Birds that aren't sculpted to stay on. See what you guys made me do. Well, they didn't make you... Actually, if I never needed to have doll stands to hold the Hawks by their waists because their hips were too loose, he was the first. This guy fell off the top of my bookcase where they're displayed literally daily without any movement of the apartment. And I live on the top floor. So yes, they made me knock the bird off because A, they didn't make sure that the talons were sculpted around the arm so that could easily clip on, but they also ensured a figure that can't stand on its own flipping legs. Oh. 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 Just, it stinks when... It's like, I know not every human being on the planet is going to be a perfectly good person. I've done stuff in my past that would get me canceled today if someone brought it up. And yet it's things that I grew from. It's things that I learned that this is not what a good person says or does. And I tried to improve myself. And the problem with cancel culture is not allowing people to learn from mistakes and grow. Yes, there are some mistakes that you can't really, forgive, essay or murder, I have no issue holding things like that against people. But it's frustrating when you like a property so much and the only person who has the license does such a shoddy job at the construction of the product, or does or says something problematic. Like when NECA threatens their customers for their shipping errors. NECA sent a bunch of customers extra Donatello labs. If you ordered one, you got two. But the problem was, because they were made to order, that second one should have been earmarked for a different customer. And rather than be like, shoot, we messed up. Hey, since we sent you an extra, we'll give you a credit for our store. Like, not a coupon. We'll give you a credit that doesn't expire. Could you, and we'll pay for shipping to send it back. Please, help us out. No, instead they're like, if you don't do this, we're going to charge you, and then you're banned from buying our products. It's just like, who was in charge of that response? Because that's really bad PR. So now it's like, do I keep supporting NECA? Because I still like a lot of their products, despite floppy ankles. And there's been things that Super7 higher-ups have said that I have not liked. And then stuff like this. It's like, you make it really difficult to morally choose to support you when you can't. This has been going on since the first Ultimates. The very first Ultimates. It's been a while. It's been a long, long while since those first Ultimates came out. I want to say Ninja Turtles. I know they've done Ultimates of so many different properties, a lot of rock stars and rappers and stuff like that. But it's I want to say Ninja Turtles were the first Ultimates, and that first wave had loose hip problems. And were all these properties and all these franchises and all these releases from all of those properties and franchises later, and you still won't fix this. This isn't a can't, this is a won't. Yeah, you prefer goofy TENIME, don't you? So that's how far you can look down. Look up pretty far. Very good. A little tilt and a tilt. It's pretty good tilt. Dumbbell, easy to pop off. I don't know which one I want to display. Let's go with the evil grin. If you heard the pop, it actually wasn't as hard as I was putting the force into. So, despite this this super interesting torso design, this molecular bunch of spheres stuck together, he's got a ball waist. So, I'll make sure it's the waist, not the hips. A little lean back. Again, I'm trying to make sure it's the waist, not the hips. A little lean forward. Better right lean than. Okay, never mind. Both get the same lean. It's got a kind of, so it's probably a dumbbell in there if you get it just. But I mean, it's like, I didn't expect this guy to have waist swivel, let alone a ball joint in there. His, I'm looking at his shoulder hinges. So, a lot of action figure people, whether you're a collector or a reviewer, they'll be like, you know, what's the T-pose? What's the T-pose? It's how high you can get the arms out, because then that makes a T. So it's, the thing is, it's a Y pose. And that's not, because like if I turn it around, so that's the inside of the arm, which means he gets this much range out of the outside of the arms. Out of the tops of the shoulders, he gets that much range. That's pretty good. These top, like the bicep sphere, my left one is stuck. There's nothing really to grab onto. It's a sphere. They do rotate, but the problem is because it's a sphere, that doesn't really matter at all. I did turn that one. Okay, yeah. So yeah. Because like there's. Oh, never mind. So okay, so there is like a scoop on the sphere to indicate the front of the arm. So I'm definitely going to have to heat that up because that front is on the inside. And then if that's the case, I don't want to break it because, you know, if it were just a perfect sphere, breaking it off wouldn't be a big deal. Just glue it back on. But like, because there is an actual front to the elbow. So elbow hinge and swivel, I'd say 90. It will swivel all the way around because there is no back of the elbow joint, or no back of the elbow like sculpting. Like I said, this weird flat, I'm holding it too far from the camera. This weird flat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hexagon. You don't really have a horizontal or vertical hinge because it just depends on how you turn it. So there's vertical. Then you just turn it, and then there's horizontal. And as you can see, like he doesn't really put his arms down at his sides. So his loose hips. He does have the soft underwear. kind of gets in the way. Leg goes up that far. Arm. Leg goes back. I'd say almost as far as forward. All the way out. Not all the way out. It's with all of the Super 7 stuff, it's a hinge and swivel on the inside, then is plugged into thigh cap. So you get thigh rotation at that joint. Then you saw I was struggling with the knees because there was paint all in them. That one doesn't look like it anymore because when I moved the joint, it scraped that whole big chunk out. So I swept it under the table. Was it that far? Ankle all the way back. Yeah, it does swivel on the knee joint. And thanks to the design of the character, you could swivel it all the way around. So there's no real knee or calf to get in the way. There's a calf sculpt to it. So it's not like just a tube, but, and then that's backwards. There you go. Tilt and tilt, and we're past an hour because I had to rant about crappy people and toy companies. We didn't have to. So his right hand has the weird oil spill thingy. His left hand, I wonder. Trying to plug the hand hexagon in, which I realize now I could have just slid it on from the back. Didn't have to worry about breaking any. Oh, I did break it. It's my fault. That's my fault. So I did that. That is not QC. That is me. That is user error. Well, I was hoping it would be like hold it on the end there, you know? It's me. I thought it was this hitting the table that snapping. So that was me. All me. That was not Super 7. That was not quality control. This is quality control. That was user error. I did that on accident. I'm an idiot. Like fists. Ugh. Nothing much to grab onto. Oh, that is hard to pop back in. I'm not back in, but you know what I mean. I definitely needed to heat up that wrist hole in order to get that peg. That's not even all the way in, man. So by putting it on before I put the, because it won't plug, and if you force it, you'll snap the you'll snap it. That's kind of terrifying, so I think I might leave them like that. Let's put one of these weird ones on. I don't understand what this is. That was easier because I had more to grab onto. See, like, that's the peg going straight up into the arm. So if you move it down, like, that's weird, man. Well, I had accidentally, like, knocked his head to the side, and I was like, that looks super creepy with the smile. So I'm going to leave him like that. He's going to be my chip paint. with the weird hand and the cock to the side head and the angry smile. Like, he's gonna be my, like, come play with us, Danny. Oh gosh. Vulture. All right. I don't have to worry about gluing that. It's just, you know, there's now a break in there. So, but it's because it didn't break it apart, it still holds its shape. Just don't force it. Shaky hands. All right. Oops. Hot wing. You know the drill. Here's Hot Wing's picture. There's his description. I think it's a cool name. He's an awesome character. Just wonder if it's a little problematic to call your only black character Hot Wing. Same blue insert as Stargazer. I didn't name him. I ain't making inappropriate jokes. I'm pointing out a potential problematic thing. Because I'm pointing it out doesn't mean I'm guilty of it. So the tray underneath has his outspread wings, as is the norm with the birds, and then the shoulder lasers, because they fire lasers from their shoulders. I didn't write the cartoon. It's still a really cool effect for Super7 to give us. Like, you've got, so it plugs into the shoulder at the base, and then it comes shooting out like that. Yeah. So that's not gonna, that's not, okay. And again, these are the cartoon versions. One for each shoulder. So, there's a hole in the little Silverhawks logo. I've never done this, so you get to see it first for me. My others came with them, I just didn't do it. Okay, so it's not a perfect peg or hole. There is a direction in which to plug it in. I was a little worried that it wasn't going in at first. So, and this is his left arm. But yeah, when you're pushing it in, like, I wouldn't say twist, but like maybe rotate gently until you feel it go in. See how shaky my hands are, man? No, this is the right arm, sorry. That's the way it's packaged. Left, right, except no, because this triangle is on the front of the shoulder. That's the right shoulder, not the left. Ooh. Swivel with the bicep, hinge at the top. Peg goes into the body to swivel. Yes, this is the right shoulder. Because then you're going to get the front of the arm when he's, and there's no other articulation there, but there's a hole for the hands. So, that's how it goes into the body. And of course, you know, I display all my honks like that. That will be the end game. Oh! Okay. Bicep swivel's good. Oh. Peg does not want to move, though. Oh. Wow, that's tough. Yes, okay, this is his left arm because it's the flesh arm. Quicksilver, Steelheart, Bluegrass all have their right arms. Stargazer, Hot Wing, and Steel Will have their left arms. Flashback has his left arm too. My childhood flashback. I know I have the wing somewhere, I'm just not sure where. So that's how I will be displaying him. Yeah, left arm. That is not my childhood Hot Wing, but it is the vintage 1986 version. So, all right, and we got Gyro. With no articulation. Gyro. I'm gonna have to heat that up because he got bent in the package. But Gyro is a complete slug. That is a bummer, dude. Especially since they did not include an extra one. And I know for a fact that toy had all the birds had play features in the vintage toys. Well, maybe the chrome toy version will have but they're you saw my chrome Quicksilver and Steelheart only came with one bird each. It's the Toon versions that have been coming with the two. So if they crapped out in Wave 3, man, come on. I'm gonna have to look up the picture for Copper Kid, who's all of Wave 4. I think maybe like his little weird little scooter thing that I'm not getting. I think maybe that's like part of Wave 4, but it's otherwise just him and the scooter. So that's it. That's Gyro. No wings out, no alternate version with wings out, no swappable wings. Comes with a crystal. Solid. This is a cool hand, and it reminds me of the Thunder Kittens. Butter joint. So he's holding some little gold spheres that I'm assuming probably explode. Looks like he's holding them to throw them, and no, they didn't sculpt it that way. I moved the horizontal joint. So, and that is his left hand. So, to further confirm that the left arm is the partly real. Wings of Silver, Nerves of Steel, Silverhawks. Partly metal, partly real, Silverhawks. In the sky, Silverhawks, despite being my favorite of the Rankin Bass action cartoons, I know Thundercats by heart. I don't know Silverhawks by heart. We got a flying hand, and these are flying hands because he does have two of them in his wings. Hopefully I make you laugh, but otherwise I can at least make myself laugh. Oh, why does that look so weird? So the skin tones don't match, guys. I don't know how obvious that is on camera, but in person, his forearm does not match his hand. Grippy grip with a horizontal hinge. We have a, oh, it's for holding the crystal. We have a grip hand in a weird clawed pose. Paint coming off on my hands. Horizontal hinge. It's a right. These are all right hands now. I already went through the left hands. I'll hold it pretty nicely. I feel like it might be upside down because it was packaged the other way around, but then I feel like, I don't know, it'd be a, yeah, the grip isn't as, you can't get as good of a grip going in. I need to get back to edited videos. As much as I love hanging out with you guys live. I'll give you a 28-minute video, not a 78-minute video. But everything should be on camera and in focus, and you don't have to worry about me. You don't have to worry about my face or... Sorry. Got left. Come on. Bro. All the metallic paint coming off on me. Right flying hand. I would hope that this matches because the arm is painted gold, as is the hand. It's a better match than it has a, oh, ugh, paint chips all over my nice shirt. Yeah, regular grip hand for nothing, I guess, because all he comes with is the what you see here. Horizontal hinge, regular grip. See, like, they should just plug on. That's better, Super7. Still feel like I'm like unnaturally stretching the claw on the thicker part of the arm. It would have been cool to have its wings out like the rest of the birds. Okay, not Sideman, but because Sideman's on the neck of the guitar. Kind of. He not sculpted to be, and because of the, even though I use really strong poster tack, he still just weight and gravity leans and everything. So it's swear to God, man. But this is not. And when I get into edited reviews, I can go back to using like GIFs and stuff, but I'm gonna make my own. Even if it's a popular GIF, like, you know, Brad Pitt from 7, what's in the box? I'm gonna make my own. Because the point of this channel was to, like, not necessarily be a reviewer of movies or toys, is more like, you know, hey, here's my artwork. That's why all of my thumbnails are my artwork. Just kind of like a relaxed left hand. I know I said I was done with the left hands, but I guess not. Relaxed left hand, horizontal hinge. So I don't know, I put that all the way over there. A head that I know a lot of people were excited about. It's an awesome feature to have, and I like having them, and if they didn't include them, I might be a little bummed out. But if I can ever get around to like doing like, you know, ACBA, articulated comic book art, action figure comics, so photos instead of drawing, they definitely come in handy. But I like displaying them maskless. But the masked head is definitely one that a lot of people were very, very happy about. And like I said, I am happy that I get it. I am happy that I have it. I am happy it's included. I love how the backs of their heads just like come up at that like swoop. I like that head better. Okay, that'll be this will be the display head. Got an unmasked smiling head. But he is kind of giving a little side eye. I don't know about the side eye, but. And yeah, there's no swoop back there because he's not fully helmeted up, but. Though, well, because he's got the top of his head exposed, because Quicksilver, Steelheart, and Steel will, their hair is chrome. So, and then Bluegrass has his hat. So, and I didn't clip the tie holding him. Remember to put that back in there. Paint chips off my couch. I feel like you're closer than normal. It's like we're not seeing a lot of Homer, and I don't know. I didn't feel like I pulled the table any closer to me than normal. Neighbor, not FedEx. He's got fists on him in the box. Someone's downstairs. I'm just walking the building. Swivel biceps. Hinge and swivel shoulders. The fists have horizontal hinges. Sorry, I realized the purpose of the video is for you to hear me. Diaphragm gets no motion. Straight cut waist. See, that's. Oh, jeez. Okay. Ooh. Nicer knee than I'm used to with these. Nice. Okay. He's got the extra internal ankle piece, so you get rotation at the top. I showed it with my Minotaur? I think so. You show it with my Minotaur. I think that was the last Super 7. I did that after the Triceraton, right? Or maybe I showed that on a Figura Obscura, but so there's an extra, it's a sphere with a hinge. It's got a peg, a non-hinged peg that goes up into the shin that gives you rotation, which is still better than none because the sculpting is blocking it, so it's not a bad joint. It's just the sculpt, the design, the original cartoon design. But then it does have a hinge, and that peg goes forward into the foot to allow for ankle tilt, which again, just the sculpt gets in the way. And then that hinge lets you go all the way back. Okay, forward, I guess. Oh, that knee's great. I was not expecting the knee to be that good. I'll show you in a second. They did something different with the knees. Or like I wasn't afraid of breaking them, like always. Dumbbell. I assume. Yep. Unfortunately, it's like Marvel Legends dumbbells where you don't get a whole lot of motion out of them, but he's got a more stern face. Okay. You get, that's as far tilt as that'll go, and then that's as far tilt as it'll go, and then that's not a lot of up, man. That's not a lot of down, man. Like, okay, swivel, obviously. His diaphragm gets jack poop. Almost no rotation, no crunch forward. That ain't moving. That little wiggle is all of the back he gets. He's got a waist swivel. That's why I was so excited about the bald waist in Stargazer. He doesn't get the full Y of Mo-Lec-U-Lar, but does go up to there. You get a bicep swivel, can go all the way around. You get a hinge and swivel arm, does not even hit close to 90. It will swivel, but it will get blocked by the elbow articulation. And as I showed you, I didn't show you, I told you, fists with horizontal hinges come packaged in the arm. Arm swapping. Not that easy. It's like the bicep was like spinning around and didn't really give me much to grab onto. Hips, out to there, soft rubbery underwear. Leg goes up to there, back to there. Like I said, it's a thigh cap, so you can see, kind of see the sphere, the hinged sphere on the inside. I don't want to call it a ball because it's like, it's not a ball joint like the head. Or the diaphragm should be. Showed you the ankles. So if you can see, the backs of the knee joints are flat and they kind of square off at the top. And while the swivel of them was stuck on both, that I had to free them up, these were not stuck and moved so fluidly Like, they don't get any better range, but it was so fluid, I was not afraid of breaking that peg. So that's something. Man. Sure wish I could get diaphragm movement out of that. I don't have any other dull stands either, so if he doesn't stand under his own weight, I don't know what to do. I'm screwed. Right. So you're going to want to move the peg up. So that's the top of the shoulder. So I'm moving it up, sort of like putting him in a V, because the sculpt of the wing is going to crash into the body, and the hole, as far as I can tell, is completely horizontal. So you're giving it more space to plug in. Ooh, okay. Felt all right. Took a little elbow grease, but it didn't scare me going in. So there's one arm. So the rest of my Hawks, well, Steel Will has fists, but Quicksilver and Steel Heart have their hands flat like this. And you're like, so why is his like this? Because the sculpt of the arm shin, like, I don't know what this is called. It's sculpted in such a way that if you do flat out, his hand is almost like like angled. So that's why I turned it to at least get more of a straight line up his arm. So I have to, okay, that came off way too easy. Yeah, that came off way too easy. That makes me nervous for the bird falling off. Also, this may be easier for people who just have more hand strength. So it's like, you know, like I say constantly, I got arthritis. My hands are very weak. I'm assuming it's from the fibromyalgia. You know, the arthritis started in my 20s, my early 20s. Like, there was a long period of time between my early 20s and when I got the iPad that I just couldn't draw because it was too painful to hold a pen. That's why I can do digital, because you don't have to push. You don't have to grip that hard, you don't have to push. All right. Put him off to this side over here. Actually, let's just put him behind them for a second. Not a second, but, you know, however long it takes me to get Mumbo Jumbo done. Sorry, we're at 95 minutes. I have 25 minutes to finish everything. Mumbo Jumbo and the comparisons and... Same as before. Woo. Picture. It was really hard to see. Huh. Limbo Mob. That's what they're called. Limbo Mob Henchmen. Mumbo Jumbo is the strongman of the Monstar Gang. They are the Limbo Mob. They're the mob of Limbo. Limbo is a galaxy. I don't think it's a planet. I think it's like a galaxy nearby. Same red interior. Now see, he comes with two versions of his bird. Air Shock. So I'm just gonna make it obvious that I'm looking up and reading it. Here's Airshock's hammer mode. And here's Airshock's bird mode. So like, this is a complete slug, but you give me the bird with his wings out, and then you give me, so what looks like here is his neck extends, so that's the handle, because then you can see his tail down there, and then the wings hinge closed to make the hammer. See? But this is fine. If you don't want to put articulation in this is a great alternative. It would be cool if this transformed. It would be very cool. Again, Hasbro makes Transformers about this size that can turn into weapons about this size. So, but if you don't want to do that, that is perfectly fine. But that and that and that suck, especially when at least that and that have articulation in the necks. That being a slug is a little crappy, guys. Come on. All right, Airshock. Airshock? Yeah, Airshock. Gyro, Airshock, Slybird, Vulture. I like that. I like that. That's cool. And the idea of a bolt does kind of tell me more, you know, melee. So I may just outfit him with Airshock's hammer mode. But it's a cool looking pistol. I dig it. I dig it. You can give it to someone else if you want. It's actually kind of a cooler pistol than Stargazer's. Maybe I'll give it to Stargazer. Give me our little secret. When I do, I'm planning. When I do shelf tours, you will find out very quickly. In fact, I'm likely going to try and make a disclaimer. I want to use my art for animation, but I also know that by myself with no programs, just animating every single frame, even if I'm just like sitting still and like an arm moves up and then my head turns, whatever, but like just animating the mouth flapping and the occasional eye blink, like that'll take me forever, man. And if I have to do it different for every single, like I like the videos where they've got, you know, the narrator is like a cartoon person, but they're still, and then there's another still, and then there's another still, and then there's another still. Like, I like that, but I want mine to be animated. You know, it's like, and he's got some soft plastic handcuffs. They're completely closed, so you will have to pop someone's hands off, slide these over their forearms, and it is just soft plastic that I can just rotate like that. There are no moving pieces. But yeah, I could tie it into a knot. Maybe if it were longer, but like, kind of looks like a sculpted open clothesline, or maybe that's just, no, it's just a flash line. Like when they pull it out of the mold, those lines, I believe, because if extra plastic ends up, that's called flash. So I believe the line is just called a flash line. Please nicely correct me in the comments if you know more about action figures than I do and can tell me what that line is called if it is not called a flash line. We have a Getting dark in here. Hopefully you can't see it, but okay, that is a horizontal. That is a painted over horizontal grip hand. Okay, with the lights and the magnifiers, that plastic is just so imperceptibly different than the paint. You really didn't even need to use paint. You could have just sculpted it. Could have just left it sculpted. Then okay, there'd be people who like their toys to have dirty black washes all over them that make them look more rugged and realistic, and they'd be complaining, "There's no paint. It's just sculpted plastic." There you go. You don't like Super7 stuff anyways because it looks too cartoony. I like cartoony. Look at my thumbnails. I draw cartoony. So, and these are the cartoon versions of these characters. So that is a right grip. You got a left horizontal grip. We got a, man, you did so good with Stargazer. We get a left trigger finger hand with a horizontal grip. Lame. Lame. I like sculpting. I don't know. Again, if this were edited, I could just throw a screenshot or a downloaded picture up on the screen while talking, which is a little better than, you know, looking it up on my phone in the middle of a live stream. But like, I should have looked up a size chart of these characters, if one exists. Because a lot of people were complaining Mumbo Jumbo was too small for their liking. Got a left fist, horizontal hinge. See, I like horizontal hinges on fists. Sorry, I was trying to like alternate and then I stuck to one side. His right trigger finger hand has a horizontal hinge. Come on, guys. No. Gun hand, vertical hinge, not horizontal hinge. You don't fire guns like this. I don't know where that accent came from. I don't know what accent it's supposed to be. I'm going crazy. You want to come with? My dad used to say that. I miss your dad. Lost him week before Christmas 3 years ago. Right fist, horizontal hinge, which I like. This is definitely the display head. We got like a yelling. I like that head. That's what his display is going to be. He's still strapped in. Okay. That was really tight, and I got no nails to grab, and I have no hand strength to pull up. So. Nothing left in the tray. Nothing left in the tray. I went on a tangent. You will see very quickly, and I will probably make a disclaimer before my shelf tours. I'm a big fan of fan canon, meaning, to quote my favorite YouTuber, of whom I drew a picture of this saying, my shelf, my rules. I'm a fan of using multiples of the same character as faceless army people, or you know, taking a repaint of another character and making them a completely different character. I made Marauders. I didn't do anything to it. I gave Marauders Spirit like a backpack that he didn't come with, and I'm naming him on my shelves. He's the G.I. Joe character Dart, who's another Native American. He's probably not the same tribe as Spirit, which makes me feel a little weird, you know. Oh, just because he's got a similar skin tone, you can just swap races like that, you know? They're all the same. No. I thought it was better than making up my own Native American character than, you know, just using an existing Native American G.I. Joe. So, if they do make Dart, then he'll become someone else. So he'll become either a different character, or I will make my own in that case. So, but yeah, like, I make my own characters. I make repaint characters, other existing characters that they look like. So, long ADHD tangent there, but all of that to say that he will likely be holding the hammer, and then the bird will still be off to the side. So, my shelf, my rules. Testing the articulation, you know I am. Come on. We still got less than 11 minutes before an hour and a half. Or before we're at 2 hours. We're past an hour and a half. All right. So his diaphragm is really, 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 really good. That's his back. Forward, maybe not as much, but like better than some people. He does have a cut waist as well, which was stuck. So at first I was like, does he only have the diaphragm? His belt is a separate piece, so you'll have to watch for that. His does have soft undies. Leg goes up that far. Leg goes back, kind of not really great, but he can do the splits. His lower leg swivel all the way around. He does have it's not as squared off as Hot Wings, but it is still flatter than literally every other Ultimates figure before. So yeah, his knee was definitely less of a concern of breakage all the way back. Not a great forward. Insane tilt no one will ever need, but it's still impressive to see. Someone's out. Someone came in the building. You don't get really. Okay. There's his T. I can turn the shoulder. He does a bicep swivel. His hinge and swivel elbow. Not very 90. He's got relaxed hands on him. I'm gonna leave the left one on. I'm gonna swap it for the grip so it can be like palm and the hammer. Woo! Got a pretty good dumbbell in there, which is weird when you see how limited his neck range is. Let you get a look at that up close. Gritted teeth and determined eyes. I told you I was using this one. Hopefully I won't have to heat this up. Oh my gosh. That is not all the way on there. If it doesn't fall off, it'll actually give me more range. He seems... He's taller than Stargazer. He's taller than Mo-Lec-U-Lar. He's taller than Hotwing. Was it you, Alex? Or Norm? I think it was Norm who was complaining about his size. I mean, having him buzzsaw size would be nice. Giant robot bull. And I don't know if that's how tall he's supposed to be. If he is supposed to be that tall, then it's a massive bummer he's not that tall. He's the tallest in the wave. So with it not being popped all the way on, that's how far you can get it up. And then, because you're using both sides of the ball, you can bury his chin. I wasn't getting a whole lot of range out of this, and it was seated all the way on the ball. If that's not gonna come off, oh. Luckily, his horns are soft, so you don't want them bent or floppy, but it's better than if A, it had punctured my hand, or B, if I'd snapped it off. So that's his down. That is the down. And then up is not as impressive as it was before. Oh. It gets a little better if you move it on that ball. There we go. And then chin, and then chin. So, but though what stinks is that while he is the tallest in the wave, I'm gonna bend his legs, which is gonna drop him down. So yeah, if he is supposed to be taller, then it would have been nicer to have him taller. So again, I have not made any excuses for Super7 this whole video. I'm not about to start. If he should be bigger, they should have made him bigger. You know, they have no problem making giant figures and charging us more for them. So, all right, I just killed both molecules. Mo-Lec-U-Lar and Vulture. Right, sleeve, air shock. Sorry. I might give Stargazer with that pistol. I'm gonna put it off to the side just for now. So there's Mumbo Jumbo. There is Hotwing. Mo-Lec-U-Lar is the shortest, which I'm fine with. And then Stargazer. So there's size comparisons with them. That is not centered at all, is that? As you saw previously, the 1986 vintage Hotwing. They have not announced toy versions of any. I want to say Toy Mo-Lec-U-Lar is in the toy Bluegrass and Steel Wheel wave. I don't remember. I was so focused on the 2 Chrome Hawks that like, but they have not mentioned if Hot Wing or Stargazer are getting chromed up. So, but that's what Hot Wing would look chromed up. So, ooh, again, this was not mine from childhood. I did get off eBay like 20 years ago. It was a while ago. It was when Silverhawks were actually cheap on eBay. Because for like the last 10, 15 years, they have been expensive. And I wish I hadn't stopped at Monstar, Hot Wing, and Copper Kid, because those are the only ones that I got off eBay at the time. Bluegrass and Steel Will, Bluegrass and Sideman, Steel Will, and Razor. I showed you Sky Shadow, Biological Sky Shadow. Then we have Robotic Sky Shadow, who his wings do move in. I want to say there is a version where it's just sculpted completely closed. I didn't get the... No, that's the vintage. I didn't get the toy version of Monstar, and I don't remember if Toon Monstar came with 2 of these, because Biological Sky Shadow came with pre-transformation Monstar. Who's sitting in his throne. I didn't bring the throne down. There's Robot Sky Shadow, kind of blocking Biological Sky Shadow, or blocking the new Air Shock. I'm gonna call him like Sky Hammer, because he turns into a hammer. I don't know, man. We got chromed Steelheart. You're holding her by her boobs. Well, I'm not going to hold her by her arms because I don't want those things breaking. She's off camera, I know. You can kind of see her legs back there, right? Chromed out Quicksilver. Metallic. Oh, Steelheart with Stronghold. The birdless but very Rankin and Bass Windhammer. Okay. Size comparisons with the other Hawks. Toy Buzzsaw with cartoon Shredditor. Just because Toon Shredditor looked cooler than Toy Shredditor. Right, he's standing flat-footed, but there's no more table for him to... There. It's, my one hand, his left foot is resting on, and his right foot is resting flat on the table, so... Not Slybird off of Stargazer. Oh, I hear a delivery truck. And of course, Monstar the Ever-Living. This is the Toon version. I did not get the toy version. His tippy toes are flat on the table. Let me move him in. Well, apart from... Oh, that fell under the couch. apart from repainted tune versions. And then the toy giant monster that I don't have. These are all of the Super7 Silverhawks Ultimates. Yep, sorry, we're past 2 hours, I know. Go watch if you haven't watched my video of the Thunder Kittens and the Chrome, or the toy versions of Quicksilver, Steelheart, and Buzzsaw. Go check that video out. You'll see how scared I am of damaging the vac metal parts. Slibered off again, because they don't peg on. I don't want a hole in the arm and a peg under the talon, and I don't want a peg on the arm and a hole in the talon. What I want is you sculpt the inside of the talon. You make it the you make the concave sculpt of the inside of the talon the convex sculpt of the arm, and that way it is literally like it's sculpted to it, but it's a separate piece. And if you're only making one bird, then you should be fine doing that. Especially when you don't give us any birds with flat feet. And most of them can stand on their cupped talons. So if you make the inside of those sculpted to fit the arm, it's not going to affect their ability to stand on their own, but it's going to make them clipping onto the arms a lot more secure. All right. Star Shadow, Sky Shadow, Sky Shadow, Air Shock, Gyro, Vulture, and Slybird. So then you're like, if these are already Super7 figures and you already used Bluegrass, that's your Super7 go-to. Well, I got Super7 Thundercats Ultimates Bengali. Yeah, I know. Put them back to back, maybe. Lets you still see Bengali's height. The Slayer Ultimates Black Magic Minotaur. Like he's eaten Stargazer's bicep. The Super7 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ultimates Michelangelo. His nose is up against Mambo Jumbo's tricep. The Toxic Crusaders. Toxie. And I don't remember his name, because my brain is immediately jumping to Snot, which is Earthworm Jim's gooey sidekick. That's definitely not his name. Gyro's tail feather. The mop. So put Gyro's tail feather up against Toxie's collarbone. Then his mop pushed Mo-Lec-U-Lar forward. Then I wanted a big one because I was hoping that Mumbo Jumbo would be at least be a little bigger. But then the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ultimates Triceraton, he's gonna have to stand further back. So here are other Super 7 Ultimates lines. To go with my usual, I have changed up my usuals, obviously, because Bluegrass can't be included. But the McFarlane Toys Mortal Kombat 11 Shadow of Spawn. Yeah, I do feel like Mumbo Jumbo should be at least as tall as Spawn. Which, maybe if I straighten his legs out, he could be, but the NECA TMNT Secret of the Ooze Michelangelo. So his shell is against Stargazer's hand. So instead of the Mattel Masterverse Revelations Stinkler, the Mattel Club Thundera Lion-O. I actually don't have the Super 7 Ultimates. I'd like to get it just to have it, have the extra accessories and stuff, but the only Mattel redos of Super 7 that I have are Panthro. I almost said Panthera. Pantera. We got Slayer over here. Let's get some Pantera in. And we got a cowboy. I don't think he's from hell, but he's from space. Space Cowboy, isn't that a different song? There's a movie, I think. Anyways, ADHD tangents. The Thunder Kittens and Panthro. I do want to get the Super 7 versions of Lion-O, Pumira, Jackalman, and Frail Mumra. I just have not yet, so my display currently is the Mattel versions of those guys. We got the Hasbro Marvel Legends comic book Deadpool. I forgot Starlight, so I grabbed the Bandai SH Figure Arts Squid Game Manager. He doesn't come with a holster, so I had to make it look like he's like putting his hand on the gun in his holster, but he's just holding it at his side like that. We got the Fresh Monkey Fiction Eagle Force Agent Grimm. Put Vulture back. We got the Jakks Pacific Super Mario. And instead of Storm Shadow, unfortunately, Diamond Select Toys did not make Silverhawks Mini-Mates, but they did hit the Rankin Bass Adventure Trilogy. I'm calling it that. I don't think that's an official name, because it's Thundercats, Silverhawks, and Tiger Sharks. Never watched Tiger Sharks. Getting Tiger Sharks figures, I would buy each and every, all of them. I would buy all of them, just because I like the Rankin Bass animation. Hobbit and Return of the King. But we have a Rankin Bass This was the problem I was having with the Mafex guy. We have a Rankin Bass Mini-Mates from Diamond Select Toys. Of course, that's Lion-O. Of course, it's Lion-O. Thanks, guys. I like these. You saw the issues I had. Other than those issues, I'm very, very happy to have them. I can't wait for Copper Kid to finish off the main crew. I can't wait for Vac Metal, Bluegrass, and Steel. Will is brother, Heart is sister. I can't wait to swap those out. I really hope they get to a Chrome Hot Wing. I really hope they get to Flashback and The other, so Flashback is green. There's a bluish green dude who's got like blonde hair kind of sticking out somewhere. I don't remember his name. Put his name in the comments, please. Google him if you have to, but that would look a lot better with both wings. I hope they get to them. We need hardware. We need hardware. I want to say hardware is like the second in command to Monstar, and we don't have hardware. Give us hardware, please. Like, in terms of Rankin Bass look equivalence, he looks like the Goblin King, or he looks like some of the orcs in Return of the King. He looks like Slythe. So it's like, where's hardware? Come on! I should have grabbed my Slythe and brought him down. Please give us hardware. Please go deeper. That's what she said. This is a family show. Sorry, Mom. If you'd like to support me on Patreon, patreon.com/TENIME, TENIME. Link is in the link tree in the description. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Mom. My Super7 affiliate link is also in the description, super7.com/TENIME Art Studios. TENIME ART STUDIOS. All one word. I don't know if it has to be capitalized, but just capitalize it all anyways, just to be safe. Or just click the link in the description. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. It'll help the channel grow. Thank you to everyone who already has done their part. Thank you to everyone in the future who will do their part. I do very much appreciate every single viewer I get. I appreciate every single like I get. I appreciate every single comment I get. I insanely appreciate every single subscriber I get. It really does mean a lot to me. I sat at like around 80 for the longest time and then just jumped to over 100 pretty quickly. So it means a lot to me. It really does. If human beings have a purpose on the planet, mine was to do something in artwork and entertainment, and I can't do that without people supporting me. So thank you to everyone who has, and thank you to everyone who will. And if you can, and the plethora of ways to support me for free, please do. You will have my eternal gratitude. Like, you have no idea how much I appreciate it. Like, I am not ungrateful. I do not take any support for granted. And there are plenty of free ways to do so. Like, share, comment, subscribe. But thank you for sitting with me for 136 minutes. Stay safe, and TTFN. Ta-ta for now.